Hey, JoJo, welcome to Deep Spinach. Say hello to all of our listeners and viewers out there.
Hello, listeners, and thank you so much for having me.
I am so excited to have you on our show. It's been a long time coming. And from what I understand, you had actually traveled abroad and you're back. You're back in the States.
Yeah, I spent 3 months in Thailand from the period of like September, October, November into a little bit of December. And yeah, I've been back in the States for about a month or so, maybe a month and a half going on two now.
How is that? How's it feel being back?
It's been good. It's been nice to kind of have my feet planted. I've just been staying back with my dad again, which is great. I have a great relationship with him. Especially compared to just like how much things are changing and up in the air and traveling. It feels
Mhm.
good to have my feet back on solid ground. I am planning on heading back out somewhere abroad in the world in May, though.
Nice. So do you travel a lot in order to kind of I mean, is it just for pure enjoyment or are you also looking for inspiration for your music?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I wouldn't say it's specifically to get inspiration for my music, but it definitely comes as a result of that. I think really one of my biggest goals, even with like picking up doing things like live streaming and just working online, I wanted to have an opportunity where whatever I was going to do, I could do anywhere in the world because I wanted to experience the ability to travel while also continuing to do what I love and what can sustain me financially.
Nice, nice. So for all our viewers, I first saw JoJo on TikTok. He has a very large following. He's amazing. He does these lives quite often and plays so much of his music and I was captivated. And that's why I was so excited to invite him to let us release some of his songs on our new radio station, Javi Media Radio, which you can find at www.javimedia.net, and that is JAVI media.net. But first, what first got you into music?
What first got me into music? Well, I think even growing up, I always had a bit of an affinity for it. There's a video somewhere of me at some like summer camp when I'm like a young kid, maybe 4 years old, of me
Wow.
singing like "You Are My Sunshine" on some stage. But like, growing up, I didn't have like childhood early music lessons or anything like that. It was pretty much just like through the school system.
Mm-hmm.
Fifth grade is when band first gets introduced, and I think we had a flute in our house. My older brother had played flute, and so we still had his, and so I had just kind of started in like the public school band system, did that for a little bit, and then continued on through middle school where I also started playing the trombone, and then I played that through high school.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, trombone was actually my main instrument for a long time, longer than I've played guitar. I
Wow.
actually yeah, I got a scholarship to go to college to play trombone, jazz trombone.
What?
Yeah, actually, I picked up guitar while
Wow.
I was in college already,
Okay, okay. All right.
and
So
so
it
even
sounds
though
like you have a large array of instruments then you could play then.
yeah, absolutely, I would say, and this is always something that's kind of been true for me. Even when I was younger, in middle school band, I was very curious and interested in trying out all the different instruments. I remember taking home like a euphonium at one point. I played a little bit of clarinet in the band. I had played flute. I played
Nice.
trombone, and then
Wow.
also had done some of the after school practices with the choir.
Hmm, hmm.
And so, yeah, definitely love to play a lot of different instruments growing up.
And for people out there who are just kind of discovering you on TikTok, and I think you're on Facebook too, aren't you? Are you on
Uh,
Facebook?
Facebook. I mean, I think I have a Facebook account that my stuff gets posted on, but primarily Instagram is my biggest platform now. I also have a
Okay.
YouTube channel, but yeah, Instagram is probably my most active.
Okay. So how would you describe your sound in your own words?
Sure. So, like I mentioned, I went to jazz school and I definitely have a deep love and appreciation for jazz. And so I think that those elements always make it into my compositions. And so I tend to describe my music as maybe jazz influenced indie rock or jazz influenced indie R&B, I
Yeah.
guess you could call it. I'm not so super knowledgeable about genre. I've talked to certain people that have like they have like a specific concrete name for what it is that they do. I'm not
Mhm,
sure if
mhm.
I necessarily have anything like that for myself, but I love Stevie Wonder a lot because he's somebody that's able to mix together these elements of like complexity and simplicity in a
Yes.
way that's accessible for people, but still very rich.
I was gonna say, as I mean, you are an emerging artist, your sound will evolve.
Definitely.
And I noticed I was following you when you were in another country, and you would go up to other musicians in the park and everything, and you were playing with them. How was your experience with meeting other musicians and playing with them and influencing each other?
Yeah, absolutely. And, it made me so grateful to be abroad and to be a musician because when you're a musician, and especially someone like me who has a deep appreciation for improvisation and playing things that are not necessarily planned, it's
Hmm.
really easy to make friends because you just go where the music is, you go where people are playing instruments, and after you've been on a stage with somebody and you guys have had some sort of musical conversation, it's really easy to go up and talk to them afterwards and create a friendship. And so my
Nice.
guitar was really a huge tool and an asset for me to create connections and make friends while I was on my journey. And especially being out in Thailand, I was so elated to just see how much music is a part of their culture. I mean, it's
Yes.
literally every market that you go to, they have oftentimes multiple live performances going on at the same time in different areas. Kids, adults, older people, just all the whole spectrum of experiences, and these people just encouraged to hone their craft. There's restaurants, like I think I heard there's like 50 bands a night in the city of Chiang Mai that literally have,
Wow.
restaurants and venues having full bands of probably over 100 little bars and tucked away places with just somebody playing guitar and singing. And so it
S-
was great to just be in that environment.
Wow. So would you say that the music scene is almost richer in where you were as opposed to LA?
In certain elements, most certainly. Especially because I mean, for example, if you go to a place like, malls, or I don't know if there's really that many markets out in LA, but it's not such a common thing to see musicians and bands. I think one of the big thing is like, it almost seemed like in Chiang Mai where I was that it was like the exception rather than the rule to like not have music at your establishment at night. In LA, it kind of feels like something that's maybe tacked on, or you go out to see a show, but in Chiang Mai, it's just everything's happening every single night.
Wow, that sounds amazing, exciting.
Definitely very exciting. Yeah.
Okay, so what does your typical songwriting process look like? Do you start with lyrics, melody, or the beat? And how have you evolved? I mean, I assume that you're writing all your original music and
Yeah,
lyrics
yeah.
and everything.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So especially with my most recent project and a lot of my songs previously, I'm always a chords first person. Actually, it's something I've been looking to expand out of a little bit. Not that I think it's a bad way to write songs or anything like that, but I've just
Mhm,
been curious to try different approaches. And so lately I've been experimenting with some things like writing lyrics first, which I almost never do, or starting with a melody.
mhm.
But generally speaking, yeah, I'll start with chords and then layer on the lyrics and the melody. And I'm not really like a super competent producer. I mean, I can do it. So mostly what I'll do is I'll write the song completely on my instrument, and then
Mhm.
I'll take it to friends of mine that really love producing, and they'll help me bring that to life with me as like the co-producer in the room.
Nice. Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, do you have your own studio, your own music studio? And it sounds like you're kind of utilizing all your resources.
Yeah, and I think on that, I haven't been so much producing lately, but I do have, my that's one of the great things about today's age is like a laptop and a little interface and a microphone. But even without the microphone, like sometimes I've gotten scrappy where like I'm literally recording using my phone as the microphone and like airdropping myself the files. And like
Nice.
in college, I was like known for having my like iPhone studio where I had this device called an iRig where you could plug your guitar into it and connect it to your phone. And so I would literally be producing on my iPhone out, outside sometimes, like literally with
Wow.
no plugs around or anything, just all running through my phone. And so I think, yeah, that there's something definitely to be said about having things be accessible without the friction, just so when you get these ideas, you can just create, you can
When
just
the
put it down.
inspiration hits. Yes, yes, yes. That kind of reminds me of that movie Begin Again. Have you seen that?
Begin
With
again. Yeah, man, I saw it. I feel like it's been a long time, but I do think I've seen it.
it kind of reminds me of how they were trying to capture some of the sounds of the city to enhance the music. It kind of sounds
Definitely.
like that you do that a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Wow, wow. So, would you say that who would you say are your biggest influence? You already said that Stevie Wonder is a big influence and jazz. Were there any other jazz musicians in particular that you love?
Yeah, yeah. And my favorite jazz musician was always Chet Baker. Um, and Chet Baker is not a musician that was known for his virtuosity or his like technical prowess on the instrument, but he was known as somebody that played super melodically and was able to tell stories and just affect people with his music in like a really simple, beautiful way. And so he's a trumpet player, by the way, and also singer. And so he was definitely a huge influence on me. I'd say currently my favorite musician is his name's Fuji Kaze. He's a Japanese
Okay.
musician. He plays piano and sings and he produces, and I really, really love what he's doing. He is also like very influenced by jazz, and I think that he has in his music um a really great ability to, similar to Stevie Wonder, take these
Hmm.
elements of jazz and harmonic richness and levels of complexity and
Yes,
present them in a way that are accessible to many listeners.
I will have to check him out. Fuji Kaza, is that correct?
Fuji Kaze.
Kaze. Okay,
Yeah,
I will have to look him up.
Fujikaze.
Wonderful.
Matsuri is a good song. You should listen by
Mhm.
him.
Nice. And so your current project, I know that you have Lucky Star out, which amazing song. Um and the other EP
So actually, the title of my EP is Lucky Star,
mhm,
and it has 4 songs on it. With Lucky Star being like the title track of the EP and also one of the songs.
okay. And so I know that when you go live, I mean people go crazy for it. And just so everybody knows, do you still have that guitar that where you write people's names and stuff? Or
Oh
have
yeah,
you auctioned it
absolutely.
off?
Absolutely. No, I'm not. I have not auctioned it off. I still have it. It's yeah, it's safe and sound in my house right now, especially the first one that I completely filled out. Definitely something that's special to, for the rest of my life, just as a reminder of that beautiful period of my life and all the people that were along the ride with me.
Wow. So have you sent off some of your work to a label? Have you worked with other radio stations before?
I have not worked with radio stations before. As far as labels, yeah, not really. I'll be honest, I'm kind of, I wouldn't say anti-label, but I'm
Hmm.
cautious when it comes to things like labels.
Yes.
Mostly because like as we're in this day and age of social media, I've just heard so many stories of people signing up for these deals and the labels are basically just like make more TikToks, make more short form content. And, you know,
Really?
yeah, I mean, when I hear stuff like that, I'm just like, well, why do I need you guys? And so, really, my dream would basically be to build my own label around myself, to just look at what the component parts of a label are and just hire people individually to build that team around me so I don't have to so I can reap the benefits but not have some of the compromises that come with having a label.
Right. And that's what our radio station is all about, is finding independent artists who are making this happen for themselves, who are producing their own music, who are trying to get it out there. So, man, I have heard you play before, and absolutely wonderful. So have you taken voice lessons as well, or was that self-taught?
Yeah, yeah, I have studied with some voice teachers. Ironically, and I think it's funny because I don't know if this is something that comes across so much on the stream, but actually my relationship with my voice has been one of the most like tumultuous relationships in my entire life.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
especially in college, I took a couple of lessons here and there. I wasn't really clicking with teachers, and I even had a friend that was a really amazing singer, but
Mhm,
the way she taught and the way that I learned just didn't quite click. And I remember feeling so incredibly frustrated that it felt like I was practicing singing more hours than any of my other instruments,
mhm.
and I was improving the least, potentially even getting worse. And
Oh, my.
so, yeah, now I'm in a spot where I've been studying with a teacher that I found on YouTube, um, and it's really helped me with my relationship with my voice. I mean, I think learning to sing is such a crazy journey because it requires you to confront so many different things in your life. It's different than just playing an instrument like guitar. I get how to learn guitar. It's pretty mechanical. It's like you put the metronome on, you drill, and your fingers just eventually learn. But when you're dealing with something like the voice, it's like so much closer to your identity. It's literally what identifies you sonically. You're putting your emotions out there in such a raw form. And also, everybody knows what a voice sounds like. I mean, people can hear something like a trombone or a guitar and be like, oh, that's cool. Like I don't know really what he's doing. I think it sounds kinda cool, but everybody knows what it's like to
It's kind of
attempt to sing.
yeah, it's kind of preset versus something an instrument that literally you're developing within yourself.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, and so, lately, I have been developing a much better relationship with my voice, and actually, I've been watching the Olympics lately, and I was so inspired. I saw, Alyssa Liu, that figure skater.
Mhm, mhm.
And, I was just so inspired by watching her and how much joy she had and just, like, the whole concept of the Olympics as well, and so, actually, lately, my little thing has been that, like, I've been training myself like an Olympian, but on guitar and voice, and so I've been very structured and scheduled with working with my teachers and starting my practice at the exact same time, trying to get to bed early and stuff like that.
Nice. And I have heard that does make a difference. Rest makes a difference. Health makes a difference. All of it does.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I remember reading something that I was basically like, sleep is basically a miracle wonder drug that has like all these immense benefits with no side effects. And just like the more
Nice.
sleep you can get, the better. And so I've been trying to tap into that.
Did you bring an instrument? Would you like to play something for our audience?
Oh yeah, I wasn't really prepared coming on, but I do have my guitar. I could play a little something for sure.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. You guys are in for a treat. Everybody is in for a treat. I have seen many of JoJo's lives and they're incredible. It's amazing to watch. So, yay!
All right. Yeah, I think we can do a little performance. I'll be doing my song. It's called Lucky Star, and this is actually a song like three of the other songs on my EP actually were written live on my stream, like literally birthed in front of the people
Of
inside of
all of
that
us.
room, and then completed and yeah, now released.
Woohoo!
All right, here we
Get
go.
ready.
quit it. No, I try to take care of business. Been losing my direction. Look at my reflection. I don't show 'em love and affection. Oh no, I tried everything. Couldn't make 'em talk, so I made 'em sing. Been feeling kinda funny, running out of money, feeling so unlucky. But no matter where we are never very far. No matter where we be, you were always next to me. Don't need no fancy cars, I just need you in my arm. No need to be alarmed when I got my lucky charm. Lucky star, lucky star, that's just what you are. Lucky star, forever in my heart. Knew it wouldn't be easy, everything they teach and getting in the way, just trying to be me. Getting close with the TV when I'm on the PC. Can't nobody reach me. These days just fade away. We're from black and white to living in the gray. They all gon' wanna be me, baby please believe me. Yeah, yeah. Oh, when I close my eyes, I can see you by my side. And when I'm feeling blue, I can always count on you. You're just a thought away, and I'll always be okay. Been written from the start, so we'll never be apart. Lucky star, that's just what you are. Lucky star, forever in my heart. Lucky star, that's just what you are. Lucky star, forever in my heart. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. No, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Na 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 na. Lucky star, that's just what you are. Lucky star, forever in my heart. Lucky star, that's just what you are. Lucky star, forever in my heart.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
That
Thank
was
you.
amazing. That is awesome. I can't. Oh my goodness. This is going to be an amazing, like, wow. Wow.
Thank you.
So,
Appreciate it.
yes. Oh my goodness. So you have got to tell people, this is where can they find your music? Do you have CDs? Are you on Spotify? Give me all the details so that people can find you and your
Yeah,
your
absolutely.
talent.
Thank you. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, pretty much wherever you listen to music. You can find it. My artist project is called JoJo the World. JoJo the World. That song is called Lucky Star. So is my EP. So if you type that in, should be able to find it. Instagram is at and now you say JoJo, and TikTok is at JoJo _the_ or actually I think it's just JoJo the World. One word.
Yes, I'd have
Um,
to. I'll make
I
sure
have a
that we
website
have that up.
also. This is mostly for my teaching. If you are a musician yourself, specifically a guitarist, and you're interested in learning how to compose, speak the language of music, improvise freely, I have a company. It's called We Jam. My website is wejamimprovisation.com, and that will give you resources as far as like my teaching and stuff like that. And then yeah, I have also YouTube. It's YouTube JoJo the World.
You guys, everybody, you have got to check out his website, take lessons from this man. I have actually seen you showing people how to do riffs and all kinds of things. It's amazing. You do it all. You really do it all. The music, the teaching, and bringing what you have inside you to the world. And I hope all you listeners out there go check out his website. Say it again.
WeJamImprovisation.com.
Yes. And his Instagram, his TikTok, check out his lives. Absolutely amazing. Is there any message that you would have for all your fans out there who are listening or who are just discovering you?
You know what? I'll just say this. The world is a reflection of you. And so, yeah. Love
Yeah.
yourself, and I think the world will start to reflect that back to you.
Wow. That's true. That's absolutely true. And I just want to say what a delight. This has been delightful to talk to you, to get to know you. And you guys, you got to follow him on TikTok, follow him on Instagram. You are so personable. You're so kind and wonderful to your audience when we're there. I mean, we really, me being part of your audience, I always felt included. Like it was like a clubhouse and we were all there just jamming around a campfire. So much fun. You bring so much fun to the music. You bring so much energy. You guys, check out JoJo at say it again. Plug
My
it away.
Instagram is probably the best plot at and
Okay.
now you say JoJo.
Nice. We will make sure that we have all the links in the show notes and definitely on our website. Thank you again so much for taking the time to be here to play. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. So,
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it was my pleasure. This is fun.
all right. Well, as you grow and evolve as an artist, we'd love to have you back on the show, playing more tunes, having a good time. Heck yeah. So I hope you come back.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. All right. Well, everybody, that is a wrap for this episode of Deep Spinach. And you can catch the full episode streaming on our radio this Friday at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So, all right. Have a good one.
Javi Media.